Drew McIntyre steps inside hell for the third time in his career.
From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
He's yet to win this matchup. Most notably, he lost the WWE Championship to Randy Orton in the cell 4 years ago. Tonight, Drew McIntyre hopes to end that losing streak and CM Punk's career. You know, Corey, another interesting statistic. Drew McIntyre made his premium live event debut 15 years and 1 day ago. Ironically, in the Hell in a Cell premium live event. Oh, how Drew McIntyre has come.
This is a vengeful Scottish psychopath before us now, and I don't think anyone has given reason for Drew's wrath.
It was 27 years ago to the day in St. Louis when the Hell in a Cell made history.
It's made history while simultaneously tearing flesh, shattering bodies, ending careers, and altering lives.
You can see by the look in McIntyre's eyes, he has one mission here tonight: to end CM Punk for good.
CM Punk in his career is 2-2 in Hell in a Cell matches, but this is his first time in the cell in nearly 11 years. Right here in Atlanta, CM Punk actually had a Hell in a Cell match and walked out victorious.
Yeah, but with all the disdain between Punk and McIntyre, I will be surprised to see anybody walking out of this structure in one piece tonight.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And there's really no room to mince words. These men want to end each other's careers. They want to maim each other. They want to send each other to the hospital.
Well, if sending your opponent to the emergency room is the prime objective, I can't think of a more suitable setting. Punk has to tap into that side of himself tonight if he wants to walk out of the cell, or out of Atlanta at all. He said that Drew McIntyre has made him the man his worst critics say he is.
McIntyre said earlier, this is not going to be a classic. This is not going to be cinema. This is going to be mutually assured destruction.
Hate is a word we don't use a lot around WWE because there's a certain amount of respect between most competitors. But there is no other word I can use to describe what CM Punk and Drew McIntyre have for each other.
These two have vowed to destroy each other, to end each other's careers here in Hell in a Cell.
The final match in an epic trilogy. I don't know if either of them is going to be able to survive tonight.
Strong suplex.
We've had the opportunity to talk to some of the legends who have been in Hell in a Cell over the years. You ask a guy like The Undertaker, Wade, who's been inside this structure 14 times in his career. Every time he left, he was never the same.
That in and of itself is nothing short of miraculous. I doubt that record will ever be topped.
And how long can you last? How deep can you dig? How long will you be locked in this structure? You ask guys like Triple H and Shawn Michaels who had the longest ever Hell in a Cell match in over 47 minutes. Will Punk and McIntyre go longer than that tonight?
From the top,
Diving double axe handle.
oh, what a clothesline.
Emotions running high, and this is the pain Punk promised to deliver onto McIntyre. I don't know what they're looking for here.
He is going to a dark place, picking up a sledgehammer like that. This fight will not go down as a 5-star wrestling classic, that is for sure. These men want to punish and maim one another.
Limited only by the confines of the cell and their own imaginations.
Very few men are ever the same when they walk out of this structure.
You got to think about this. Drew McIntyre has never won inside Hell in a Cell. Punk has. That's going to be adding even more to this match for Drew.
Yeah, McIntyre has been successful in unleashing all of his mind games on Punk leading up to this point. But is that something clouding his own vision? McIntyre is getting dismantled.
Punk's finding the will to turn the tides inside the cell. He's got McIntyre reeling, running out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some.
Running knee! Corey, you probably know CM Punk better than any of us. You've seen Punk. You've seen the good and the bad side of this man.
Yeah, but even myself, I don't know what Punk is truly capable of. I've never been trapped inside Hell in a Cell with CM Punk. Listen, this may not be the man CM Punk wants to be, but this is who CM Punk has been. Who CM Punk is in his heart. No fear, no hope. Fight tonight like there's no tomorrow, because for Punk, there may not be.
And the same goes for McIntyre.
You're absolutely right.
McIntyre said, Punk, you think you're supernatural, but you are nothing but a man.
Cinching in a waist lock, but right hands.
Big right hand!
It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with CM Punk. McIntyre has made it abundantly clear he wants to...
CM Punk from the top rope! Elbow drop connects!
Punk has McIntyre on Dream Street right now.
Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming!
Boom! GTS!
Is it the finishing touch Punk needs?
Just trying to pound their opponent into the ground even further. Overwhelming offense now from Punk.
McIntyre tempted the devil inside the Second City Saints, and he's paying for it now.
Just wailing away with that weapon like there's no tomorrow. This is getting damn dangerous.
Got a wrench. Looking to tune someone up. Oh, stiff wrench shot. Holding nothing back. Striking over and over again. There has to be permanent damage being done right now. Letting out every ounce of frustration and rage and then some. This is beyond personal now. This is about...
What's it going to take to end it? It might be this. There's the GTS.
Drew is completely out of it.
And let's not forget the obsession Drew McIntyre had with Punk and what Punk has cost McIntyre on a number of occasions. That being the world champion.
Punk would say, just karma for McIntyre who injured Punk, costing him an opportunity at WrestleMania.
Drew's own wife has become second best in his heart. That is how deep Drew's hatred for CM Punk runs.
And he retaliates.
Bam! Well-placed calf kick. It's about to be locked in. Here we go, guys.
Incredible display of power with that move.
It looks like...
Not sure what he's thinking, letting go here. DDT! And you notice the black armband on the left bicep of McIntyre. He told us he was wearing that tonight because this was Punk's funeral. He was wearing black out of, quote, respect for CM Punk.
McIntyre also wanted to offer his apologies in advance for what he does to the straight-edge superstar.
Certainly a master stroke of mind games. We'll find out if Drew...
McIntyre perhaps looking for that kill shot, looking to end this thing with.
Caught that and reversed it.
But now with a quick duck under and a Uranagi converts it into the Anaconda Vice.
This might just do it. This might just end it all. And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
Punk missed with a wrench and a low blow by McIntyre.
Remember, that is completely legal. It is distasteful, but it's highly effective, and all the wind knocked out of Punk's sails.
Who cares about being tasteful when you're locked inside of Hell in a Cell, Wade? Drew McIntyre came here to destroy Punk once and for all.
And now McIntyre going to introduce the steel steps into this matchup. The Scottish Warrior, this Terminator, just destroying Punk.
Well, you wanted hell, Punk? You're getting hell. You are locked in there, no escape, and your demise may be imminent.
Punk trying to summon the will to continue, and what does McIntyre have inside of that little bag, gentlemen?
I can only imagine what this sicko has in mind.
The Scottish psychopath cooking up something dastardly, no doubt.
Oh my God, the disrespect.
Adding insult to injury.
Those are the beads of Punk's bracelet.
We're the beads of Punk's bracelet. And McIntyre now looking to just finally put Punk away.
No! McIntyre might have just broken his back.
Oh, God, the sharp edge of that steel digging in to the lower back of McIntyre, who may be crippled. And now with the upper hand is CM Punk.
This is one of the most brutal matches I've ever witnessed inside Hell in a Cell.
Punk trying to shove those beads down McIntyre's throat. Here it comes, the end.
GTS connects. Cover off the go to sleep by Punk. And he got him. What a win, what a match.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
CM Punk earned this victory.
Such a drawn-out, heated rivalry, but finally conquering McIntyre is CM Punk.
For as clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back, it was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth.
Enjoy the show.
Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman to dismantle the new bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
Freaking Rollins as motivated as we've ever seen him. This is personal.
The people are singing Rollins' song. This is Rollins' battle cry as he heads to war with CM Punk.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking Rollins!
Ladies and gentlemen, over 20 years ago, Seth Rollins got in a car and drove from Iowa to the East Coast to try out for CM Punk's training school. He redefined himself in his craft. Rollins and Punk would reunite briefly in NXT, and then the Shield would become mercenaries for Punk. And Punk would leave WWE for personal and professional reasons. Talk negatively about WWE, while Rollins carried WWE on his back for a decade. CM Punk would return to WWE 14 months ago to huge fanfare, the support of the fans and many in the back. And that didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Seth freaking Rollins versus a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk.
And this capacity crowd just exploded. They know exactly what time it is.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And this is CM Punk's first singles match since October, since that brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre. It's Punk's first match on Monday Night Raw, period, since 2014.
Seth Rollins prides himself on being the absolute workhorse of WWE. You have to imagine he sees that as a point in his favor here, a clear advantage he has over Punk.
CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two men who are completely beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent, their work ethic, and their passion and drive.
But as similar as they are in those respects, where they have diverged has become a point of contention between both of them, which has brought us to this point in the main event of a historic Monday Night Raw.
A magical feeling in the air as Seth freaking Rollins faces off against a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Two men who are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent and work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love lost between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins carried this company for the past 10 years, Punk went to MMA. He went to other companies and he talked harshly about WWE, all before being welcomed back with open arms.
Yeah, that really didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. CM Punk has been very public about the many injuries that Rollins has suffered over the years. He'll no doubt be looking to target those areas tonight.
Rollins' neck, his lower back, that surgically repaired knee. Look, you can even see the brace. There's no doubt that Rollins is something of a moving target tonight, at least in Punk's eyes. But Rollins can target Punk too. Don't forget about that triceps injury from last year, because Rollins definitely has it.
Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect a lot of leeway from the official in this match. Nobody wants to see this one end in a count-out or disqualification.
Momentum is really on Punk's side.
And CM Punk is keeping the pressure on, completely taking it to Rollins here.
Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last...
And a quick schoolboy out of nowhere.
The referee doing their job, seeing clearly in the ropes. Counter by CM Punk. Momentum going back to Punk's corner.
If Punk was looking for an opportunity to pull a 180, that could be it. CM Punk playing to the crowd now.
And now headed to the outside. Oh, my God, a clothesline. Oh, scouted that one. Driven into the barricade.
Using that barricade with great effect.
Roundhouse kick. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE.
And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the other. Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight.
Taking this fight into the whole WWE Universe.
Well, let's hope everyone gives them enough room back there.
Oh, this is going to be good.
What a sit-out powerbomb. CM Punk struggling a bit here. Not the welcome return to competing on Raw he had hoped thus far. He can be enjoying the moment too much, given his...
Serves him right for running his mouth.
Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the microphone like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions can still set this man off. Of that, I am sure.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole a bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their dog. Rollins can find something similar to set Punk off. It could give him the mental advantage tonight. Traveling into the crowd now.
Have to be mindful of the count, though.
Hey, WWE Universe, be prepared for some guests.
That is a nasty tear on the face of Rollins now, guys.
Uppercut right on target.
Fighting among the masses. Gotta respect the strategy to work over the arm.
Rollins can't find any reprieve right now.
Yeah, now Punk's got Rollins in as vulnerable position as we've ever seen him.
And he's going to the outside, which will start a countout.
A little cockiness here from Punk.
Looking to beat the countout and head back to the ring. Huge kick connects. CM Punk had suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago and was out of action for over 6 months. Punk from the top. Diving double axe handle.
Time to go for a ride.
Oh, an exploder suplex. And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
Punk is determined right now.
Forearm.
Oof, running knee in the corner.
He's heading to the top turnbuckle.
Incoming.
Crash landing. Oh, did you hear that?
Picture perfect drop kick.
And heading up top. And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career. And now, catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety. Although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg.
You sing, I hit your move. They sing my song. All of this.
And now just mocking and having his way with Punk.
Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute!
Oh my goodness, cover! Isn't it up and a kick out?
While catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp. within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet. Pounding away on Rollins, frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS, looking to deliver one of his own.
Oh, and he connected.
And Punk kicks out.
Seth Rollins. Oh, Seth Rollins with a massive stop.
Seth could end it there.
For the cover. And a kick out. What on earth?
We have just witnessed next level grit, resilience, and even more so, defiance. How do you stop?
Takedown. Looking for the crossface. It's cinched in. This could be over. Looking to free the arm and does just that.
Once again, having the wind knocked straight out of it. Caught full force with the uppercut.
And this is where stubbornness might catch up.
Punk's had enough. He's stopping that offense with a swift elbow. Rollins now.
A revolution knee by Rollins. Boom! Snaps the leg across the head. Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming.
Go to sleep.
That's going to keep Rollins down. Beautiful side Russian leg sweep.
Lands the elbow. Side Russian leg sweep. The arm getting pummeled. Seth Rollins just getting dismantled.
Rollins has no answer for Punk's well-aimed attacks.
Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's the GTS.
It's all Punk's for the taking.
Here's the pin. A kick out. I don't believe it.
Rollins staying in this thing. Some could even say he's far too stubborn to have things end like that.
Punk took his best shot, gave him everything he had, but just couldn't get the pin.
The visionary, the revolutionary, the architect, Seth Rollins, the second city saint, the voice of the voiceless, the ever-controversial CM Punk. A match years in the making has come down to this. Two men, both five-time world champions, physically exhausted, but refusing to relent, refusing to allow the other to take his...
Uranagi by Punk. He turns it into the Anaconda Vice.
And I must submit, after all that punishment, he had no choice but tap out.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM Punk once again showing why he is indeed the best in the world.
This truly was a battle between two men at the absolute top of the mountain when it comes to professional wrestling. This really could have gone either way a number of times, but in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him even more, set him off even more on his self-imposed crusade against CM Punk.
WrestleMania 41 was supposed to be the culmination of all those years of hard work. After all the ups and downs, all roads pointed to the one location I'd always dreamed of, the main event of WrestleMania. My victories over Drew and Seth had shown that I was still at the top of my game. After I eliminated both Roman and Rollins at the 2025 Royal Rumble, I soon found myself tossed over and thrown to the floor. And that allowed Rollins to release all his frustrations, taking Roman out with a stomp, attacking me, and punctuating the whole mess with another stomp on Roman. So when Heyman announced that the three of us would meet in the main event of the first night of WrestleMania 41, that's when I struck. I used my earned favor from Survivor Series to request Heyman be in my corner that night. This infuriated Roman Reigns, who would not listen to reason, insistent that Heyman had turned his back on his tribal chief. And in all the madness, Roman and I both lost sight. We never thought that night would end the way it did.
Oh, no!
Heyman betraying both of us.
Oh, my God! What the hell did we just witness?
I can't think of a better candidate for slingshot tech to address. It took my whole career to get to that main event. So let's go back to WrestleMania 41 and get me the win that I was well on my way to earning. Let's destroy the Architect's plans. Let's show the Oracle that he doesn't see all. And let's force Roman Reigns to acknowledge us.
Here comes Seth freaking Rollins.
The visionary and the revolutionary of WWE.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth freaking
Officially the coolest entrance living every man's dream, Seth freaking Rollins.
Las Vegas serenading Seth freaking Rollins.
You guys remember what happened 10 years ago up in California, the Bay Area? Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank and the heist of the century at WrestleMania.
An iconic call for an iconic performance. Seth needs another one of those iconic moments this evening against two of the best this industry has ever seen.
A 14th appearance at WrestleMania, the third time he's been in the main event.
Come to WrestleMania for the wrestling, but stay for the karaoke. We've got a bit of everything tonight here in Vegas.
The OTC has arrived in Sin City.
from Pennsylvania.
10th time Roman Reigns will main event WrestleMania.
A titan of this industry marching to the ring with his signature celestial swagger, the epitome of ice-cold, effortless cool.
Roman Reigns with a record of 9-3 at WrestleMania. Guys, there are only a handful of men in history with more wins than Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. 3 of those men are The Undertaker, John Cena, and the Game Triple H.
Pressure? What pressure? It's only the main event of WrestleMania, but this is a road Roman Reigns has taken many times before.
This man has a locker at the main event of WrestleMania. This is where Roman Reigns lives.
A lot of questions this week about who would carry the Ulafala to the ring. Paul Heyman would normally do that. Tonight, Roman Reigns come to the ring with the Ulafala on his neck himself. And for the first time in many, many years, Roman Reigns heads into battle alone.
The Ulafala symbolizes the head of the family. And when you talk about Roman Reigns' family, you're talking about one of the most successful and powerful families in the history of wrestling. Tens of thousands of ones to the sky here in Las Vegas.
The Anoa'i family dominance continuing here at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns in a triple threat match for pride and glory. Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk is in the main event of WrestleMania.
It has to be a surreal moment for CM Punk.
Accompanied to the ring by WWE Hall of Famer, the Wise Man, Paul Heyman, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins look thoroughly disgusted over the fact that Paul Heyman walked down to the ring with a Second City Saint. It is CM Punk's first WrestleMania match in 12 years. Remember, he missed last year's WrestleMania with a torn triceps, and this year he goes into triple threat action with Reigns and Rollins, 2 men that he cannot stand. Triple threat rules. The first man to gain pinfall or submission will win this match. There are no countouts, no disqualifications. He's won championships, he's made friends, he's made enemies. Tonight is CM Punk's night. Tonight is CM Punk's main event.
The pressure has always been CM Punk's playground. The fire has always been burning, and his only addiction is wrestling. Each of these 3 men believe they are the only one who can walk out of here victorious. Roman Reigns to prove his dominance, Seth Rollins to prove his superiority, and CM Punk to prove he's still the best in the world.
Punk is claiming that for him this is just business. Taking Reigns and Rollins out at WrestleMania will get them out of his way so he can accomplish the things he returned to WWE to do, to win titles.
Down around with the schoolboy, shoulders are down.
Oh, wait a minute, turns the leverage for a pin of their own. Countered into a new cover. And he gets the shoulder up.
I think he's ready for more. He's still getting warmed up.
He quickly slides into the ring. It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents, and CM Punk's corner tonight, though. The question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the decks in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
I'm sure a betting man would tell you the odds are against CM Punk here, against two younger competitors who have been on top in WWE for the past decade. However, that's when Punk does his best work, when he's backed into a corner on the biggest stage possible.
Yeah, in a bad situation, and the bright lights here at WrestleMania could just bring out the best in CM Punk.
What's Rollins?
Hoisted up, powerbomb, desperate situation. Simple but effective technique to get out of there. CM Punk has had a non-stop grin since walking out here. Remember, securing the main event of WrestleMania was never the goal. Winning in the main event of WrestleMania is. Punk fails to do that, and he'll always look back on this night with regret.
Paul Heyman did tell CM Punk that he indeed will one day main event WrestleMania. Paul Heyman said, "I will be with you when it happens," and it has.
Well, no matter the outcome, CM Punk will forever be a WrestleMania main eventer.
Turns it around. Uncorks it. Uppercut.
Might be time to look for exit strategies, gentlemen. Side headlock applied. Oh, and a right hand for good measure.
And for Punk and Rollins, such a personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company, badmouthed the company for many years, while Rollins stayed here and played the soldier. And when Punk came back to all the fanfare, it pissed Rollins off. Seth has a lot of animosity to take out.
I actually spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time CM Punk has improved the culture in WWE is when he cleared off for 10 years.
What goes up must come down, and it sure as hell did right there.
My God! Did you hear that chair shot?
So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to feel way more personal.
Taking this fight back into the ring.
Connected hard with the calf kick.
And remember, the reason that Rollins and Reigns are here, at least when they first arrived at the scene, was because of CM Punk. The Shield was built as
Up high.
Reigns checking into the ring now. Seth losing any command of this match.
Rollins has no answer for Punk's well-aimed attacks.
Punk sidesteps out of that.
Read that one. Into a sleeper hold. Oh, and a neck breaker. Rollins known to be irritating. We're seeing no different now. Reigns cuts him off. And now he gets back into the ring. Here we go. In front of DDT. Spiked. This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps of a generation.
It's about ego and animosity. It's about 12 years ago when three men made their way down the stairs to remake this company in their image, and the man that opened the back door for
Roman shoulders are down. Counter stopped. It's not over yet. Oh, drop right across the neck.
Time to go for a ride.
Bang! What a move.
This is the main event of WrestleMania, and if anyone can dig deeper than most, it is Seth freaking Rollins.
A precision shot, and now Rollins is bleeding.
Reigns comes up short on that attack. Oh, my Lord!
Oh! He is looking to do some serious harm.
Mongolian chop.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Smothering offense from Punk here.
He's headed out to the ringside area.
Now heading up. Oh, man.
Connected hard with the calf kick.
Oh, my gosh, what impact.
Oh, an uppercut.
Battle off the tooth. Reigns is trying to pick his opponent apart physically and mentally.
CM Punk out. Connects with a Uranagi. And textbook CM Punk.
A couple of knees. goes there. That'll get him out of it. He's making his way to ringside now.
The universal signal for extreme. The kendo stick has entered the fray.
Roman struggling here, guys.
Roman has to wake up and get going in a hurry. Taking flight. Diving clothesline.
Heading back into the ring now. Treating their opponent like a heavy... And now Punk. Kick to the midsection of Reigns. Rollins trying to crawl back into this as well.
Rollins trying to prevent that GTS on Reigns, but he's about to eat one himself.
Oh, bang. Spear. Stop. Everybody down.
Oh, what a moment of chaos in this match. If any man here can get a cover, it could be victory, but wait up. Lurking is Paul Heyman with a steel chair.
And no shocker here. Handing the chair to his friend, CM Punk. And this, guys, this could be the ultimate betrayal of Roman Reigns.
Oh, Heyman went for a low blow, but caught by CM Punk.
What the hell is Heyman thinking?
And now Punk with a roundhouse kick to Reigns.
Well, Heyman tried to stab his man, CM Punk, in the back, but was denied. But now Rollins with a low blow of his own on Punk. What the hell is going on?
And now Heyman handing the chair to Rollins. What the hell? Oh, no!
The devil's work is afoot tonight.
Plan B all over again.
That pathetic Paul Heyman. He's a damn Judas. How many people is he going to betray?
You're missing the point, Cole. The vision.
And Seth, this one's for the match. He breaks the ref's count after one.
Somehow still in this fight. Not down and out yet.
Roman just mocking his opponent now.
Sliding back in under the ropes here. Oh, and a neck breaker. Oh, with authority.
Driving a fist to the stomach changes things around. Putting him in the corner for something here.
He's able to reverse it. Taking the action to the outside.
Might be taking a breather here. Backdrop suplex high across the shoulders.
Climbing up those ropes now.
From above.
On the top.
What a reversal. He'll make his way to the ring.
Rollins now twisting his opponent.
Set. Shut the door. This could be over. He's able to cut off the pin count here.
Hard hitting kick.
He's eyeing the 3 count here.
Stopping the pin.
Timely intervention.
Clothesline.
The wear and tear on Punk must be turning his insides out at this point.
CM Punk stopped that in its tracks.
Great display of strength with the suplex.
2 count. Got it. No, just a 2.
He's got to be running on fumes at this point.
He gets back into the ring. Taken to the floor, and he's got no worries about the count. And he's leaving the ring for the moment. And this one might be headed ringside. Seth Rollins with him.
We've seen this win matches for Rollins.
lifted.
Oh, saw it coming and got an elbow for their trouble.
We knew this one was going to be good, but Reigns, Rollins, and Punk have outdone all expectations.
Seth is down for the count. He brings up the pin, stops the referee's count. Heads outside the ring.
And no countouts means he can take his time.
You know he's looking to dish out some serious... low blow!
And now heading back inside the ring. Drop kick from behind.
Charging himself up and going in for the kill with that...
Stop! CM Punk doesn't know where he is.
Turning it into a pin for the win.
Schoolboy, no, roll through. Oh, what a super kick from the Architect.
Rollins is looking unstoppable.
Yeah, Roman clearly staggered by Seth's smart offense. Rollins lining up.
Misses on the springboard. Roman might have it.
And quickly into the... And Punk now looking for the pinfall. Breaking up the pin count there. And that canceled out Reigns' offense. Huge kick connects.
Absolutely blasted down.
Oof, running knee in the corner.
He connects with a counter.
And he manages to escape just in the nick of time.
High-risk plans from Rollins.
Stalking from above. Airborne. Quick maneuvering, managing to avoid that bit of offense. CM Punk looking to end things here. Got him asleep. That could end Rollins right now. It feels safe to say we are watching one of the greatest matches we've seen in quite some time.
And the WWE Universe continues to remain on their feet. They know they're witnessing something truly special here.
Reigns pounces into a guillotine choke.
Put an end to that hold. He's out of the ring. What does he have in mind now? He's looking for something. This could get dangerous.
And here comes Old Faithful. The steel chair is in hand.
And now he's back into the ring.
Rollins making perfectly clear who the visionary is in this match.
Oh my gosh, what impact!
Up the rope he goes.
First up top.
Oh, God, a terrible landing on the outside.
A gruesome landing. I don't know how you walk away from that.
Suplex. Even more damage inflicted to the torso.
Making a concerted effort to repeatedly go after the midsection, to go after the core of the body.
Decides to leave the confines of the ring. Heading to the top rope here. Sliding back into the ring. Oh, my! Oh, look at this here, guys. Look at this. Power bomb. No count out as he takes it.
Shoulders down. Is this it?
He stops the pin.
This isn't over yet. Rollins with an homage to the game. Pedigree. Rollins waiting in the corner. Here it comes.
Stop. Did Rollins get enough of it? And right into the cover.
Two. What a kick out at two.
Roman Reigns simply refuses to stay down. One of the many reasons why he's the face of this business.
Seth Rollins in deep thought, hoping to conjure one last move to win this.
Schoolboy applied to put this one away.
Cover. Intercepts the pin attempt.
Punk's got a problem here.
witnessing two titans of the times right now.
There's that mythical feeling in the air in the arena.
Oh my gosh!
He's got the shoulders down. This is it.
We have a cover, but the ref is in no state to start the count.
Punk has beaten the odds, has defeated both Reigns and Rollins.
Here is your winner, Sing Him Punk!
A moment of pure vindication here for CM Punk.
This was a lifetime in the making, and it couldn't have been any harder earned. Punk had to get through Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins to finally taste a main event victory here at WrestleMania.
But now he's done it. The Second City Saint is victorious at the Showcase of the Immortals.
Now that's more like it. Standing triumphant at WrestleMania 41 thanks to you. Something I really like about this slingshot technology is I'm not restricted to only my matches. I have the power to jump into the boots of other superstars and change the course of their career too. And I can think of no better choice than the main event of 1997 Survivor Series. That's right, the infamous night that saw Bret Hart defend his championship against Shawn Michaels. They had so many epic battles, but after a particularly painful loss to Michaels at WrestleMania 12, Bret would take a sabbatical from WWE, eventually returning late in 1996. By the spring of 1997, things were much different than WWE. Bret and his family had reformed a bigger and better Hart Foundation, while Shawn and his friends created DX.
Are you ready?
The two groups despised each other, and after months of chaos, it all led to Survivor Series. And it was on that night that Shawn would steal the championship and send Bret Hart packing to WCW in an event known as the Montreal Screwjob. It's no secret that I'm a Bret Hart fan, and I consider him one of the greatest of all time. So let's hop into Bret's boots and take on Shawn Michaels in his prime, something I never got to do. The plan is simple. Avoid the sharpshooter, and we'll be okay. But if Shawn can apply the hold, we know exactly what is going to happen. Slingshot Tech, take us to the 1997 Survivor Series in Montreal.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
Possibly the two biggest egos in all of wrestling history are about to collide here tonight.
From San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, the WWE European Champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
How many times have we heard Shawn Michaels say, "I won't lay down for anybody"? And how many times have we heard Bret say, he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be? It is put up or shut up time for both men.
Well, Shawn Michaels certainly not endearing himself to the fans here in Canada.
Well, HBK is arrogant, but he is the greatest athlete in the history of World Wrestling Entertainment, bar none.
I'd like to see you tell Bret Hart that. You can feel the electricity.
His opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 234 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, Bret Hitman Hart!
And what an ovation for the 21-year veteran who debuted at the age of 19 in 1976 in Calgary.
Shawn Michaels would not allow D-Generation X to accompany him to the ring tonight, and likewise, Bret Hart would not allow the Hart Foundation to accompany him either.
You know this is not about the money. This might not even be about the title.
These two men truly believe in their hearts that they are the better man.
Oh, come on, guys. Let's not kid ourselves. This is all about power. You know it, and I know it.
The WWE Championship, one of the most highly contested titles in the world of professional wrestling. Will Bret Hart remain champion? Will Shawn Michaels carry the gold once again? There is so much electricity in the air here tonight in Montreal. This is always going to be a big match for both Shawn and Bret, but squaring off in Montreal only adds to the importance of tonight. This isn't just a huge match for both these men. This may be one of the biggest matches we've ever seen in WWE.
Yeah, the title almost feels secondary tonight, which is crazy to even say out loud. This feud has been boiling for years, and it never seems like it will fully be settled. I know this is going to be one we'll talk about for years.
Hart wasting no motion on the counter. His Canadian biased crowd continues to let Shawn Michaels know what they think about him. A very hostile environment for HBK.
Yeah, and Shawn has never done himself any favors towards changing their opinion either. At least we can say Michaels isn't prejudiced to who he insults. If you have a pulse, you're fair game.
The excellence of execution signaling to the WWE Universe now. Oh, wiped out with the crossbody.
He's in for something bad.
Belly to belly.
Drop kick. And Michaels, of course, has done nothing to endear himself to this Montreal crowd. In fact, Michaels and his D-Generation X posse have been nothing but juvenile to everyone they've encountered.
Well, delinquency is in the eye of the beholder, Michael Cole. You might not like that kids are getting detention mimicking DX, but you can't deny they've struck a nerve through every arena we visit.
Just from a style standpoint, Bret and Shawn are totally opposite. Bret's slow, methodical, with a technical approach, versus Shawn's fast, explosive offense.
We also know that neither of them is above doing whatever it takes to get the advantage. We could go back and forth about which style's better, but finds the roll-up.
The champ with the cover. Gets the shoulder up and one.
Still has enough energy for the simple kickouts.
Every shot these two throw at each other tonight is being delivered with such venom, such disdain.
Oh, that's to be expected the way these two have been exchanging verbal jabs at each other for a long time now.
I can only put it this way. The words Bret and Shawn use for each other are not suitable for children to hear.
To be honest, they're not suitable at a bar either, Wade.
Oh, no, not at all. You'll have quite the ruckus at the pub using the names Bret and Shawn have called each other.
HBK disarmed here. Wow, what impact!
Measured elbow drop, driven down.
And there's a good blow to the body. Caught with a lariat. And something Bret has to know is all the attributes Shawn possesses, Michaels might have more cardiovascular conditioning here. Michaels is insanely resilient. Remember what Michaels did, Corey, in St. Louis just a month ago against The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. He used every attribute to survive that encounter.
I've never seen a match more unholy than that Hell in a Cell match. HBK might not be surrounded by steel tonight, but I think the test in front of him is even greater. Michaels is going to need everything in him to survive at the Survivor Series.
He answers right back. And he slides him back to the mat.
Hung out to dry.
This personal rival on the top. You gotta be kidding me.
Really risked it all there.
Very fortunate to hit the mark in that one. Stomp to the belly.
Stomping down with all their weight.
Terry And the Hitman continues to deliver irreparable damage onto Michaels. Tossed back into the ring.
I think that throw moved the entire ring.
He's gonna break his leg. Brett's bent on destroying HBK with moves like that. Oh, disabling the leg with that.
And if Bret Hart... Figure 4. Leg lock.
Needs to find a way out, reversing the pressure. That'll break the hold.
Michaels taking hold.
Oh, slam down.
Taking things to the top rope. From way up, the wherewithal to counter HBK. Neckbreaker.
Very nice. Oh, textbook fireman's carry takeover.
And to speak on the elephant in the room, yes, there's been a lot of speculation that if Bret Hart loses this match, this will be his last match in WWE.
Yeah, I tried to get a word from the Hitman earlier today about the rumors, but I was quickly escorted away by his Hart Foundation brethren.
It's a rumor cloud that hangs above the collective minds of this capacity crowd. Such an anxious feeling inside this arena.
He's going up.
We can see a count out here.
He's looking to take things to the outside now.
He's heading back to the ring.
Deep uppercut connects.
Cover. New champ incoming.
Kick out after one from the champion.
He may be down, but somehow he's definitely not out at this point.
A sound suplex. Textbook fireman's carry takeover.
Hart has flight in mind.
Wants to finish this.
And Bret off the top rope and the referee knocked down, guys.
Well, took down Shawn Michaels, but accidentally took down the ref in the process. And at this point, all bets are off.
Michaels to the eyes of the Hitman. Shawn taking advantage of the referee's state at the moment. But what is HBK thinking now? Oh,
And now looking for a sharpshooter. Bret Hart's own move. Shawn Michaels trying to turn him on his belly.
And the referee dropped once again as Bret kicked Michaels away.
And another ref's in.
What is going on here?
I guess we're not going to get a screw job tonight, Wade.
What a crossbody. The Hitman now taking his opponent down. Grapevine locked in. Sharpshooter applied.
The spine is under attack here. It's
Bret retains the title.
Here is your winner and still WWE Champion, Bret Hitman Hart.
You can feel the uncertainty in the air already.
Yeah, who knows what Bret is going to do now?
A lot of questions still unanswered here.
Feels good to execute some long overdue showcase justice. Now, I'd like to switch gears, indulge myself a little, and use this technology to go up against 3 WWE legends that I've dreamed of competing against in a WWE ring. First up is a trip to the land of the extreme, ECW. When I first made it to WWE, I started on their ECW brand, but I always wondered how I do in the original ECW. Who would I face, you ask? Who is CM Punk's dream ECW opponent? Well, you know me, I aim high. And if I went to ECW and didn't call out the king of the deathmatch, the hardcore icon, if I didn't call out Cactus Jack to show me what extreme truly means, then what am I even doing here? The most violent of Mick Foley's alter egos, Cactus Jack tormented foes in the United States, Puerto Rico, Japan. Basically anywhere that had glass, barbed wire, and fire was a place he wanted to compete. But I'd want my match to be at Hardcore Heaven 1994, a show made famous when the fans threw so many chairs into the ring it covered both Cactus and Terry Funk as well.
Please do not throw chairs into the ring! Stop the chairs!
Cactus Jack was a master of the Falls Count Anywhere match. It allowed him to be at his very best, and that is exactly what I want here. Whether you take me into battle or side with Cactus, you need to know that you're going to be in for a fight. But proving yourself against CM Punk is just as valuable as proving yourself as CM Punk, so you win either way. And I get to live out my dream no matter what.
CM Punk is here, and he is ready to return to the extreme.
Falls Count Anywhere in the ECW arena against Cactus Jack. I have a feeling that extreme will only be scratching the surface during this match.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
Taking nothing away from Punk, an ECW World Champion in his own right. Is he truly ready for tonight? Because the ECW that CM Punk was a part of and the ECW that Cactus Jack was a part of are two completely different breeds.
Very true, but Punk has always embodied the heart and soul of ECW, no matter what era. And we know he's got a big enough chip on his shoulder to want to prove that at any cost tonight.
What we should really worry about is what Cactus Jack plans to do to Punk's heart and soul tonight. Because if Cactus has his way, it won't be pretty. And it won't be for the faint of heart.
CM Punk ready to go to battle. Ready to stand toe-to-toe with ECW's infamous Cactus Jack.
A disturbed, violent man with his sights set on CM Punk.
From Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds, Cactus Jack!
Whether it's in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, Tokyo, Japan, or Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Cactus Jack is revered as the most sacred of all hardcore icons around the world. And with the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation tonight, he might just drag CM Punk all the way around the globe during this match. Two men who have no problem making a show of force to get their message across.
And there is no better stipulation in no better venue to make such a show of force than a Falls Count Anywhere match in the ECW arena.
Folks, I can already warn you, this match will not be for the faint of heart. The war of words between these two men, CM Punk and Cactus Jack, has come and gone, and now it's time for a war of wills, a war of weapons, a war of whatever sadistic machinations have been running through these men's minds.
It does not get more hardcore than the ECW arena, especially when it's Falls Count Anywhere. CM Punk and Cactus Jack, two men who remain stalwart and resolute in their convictions through blood, sweat, and tears.
Smart money's on a whole lot of all three of those things in this match, gentlemen. Cactus will make sure of it. Fans have long awaited this showdown, as Punk and Jack's paths have never quite crossed.
Indeed, Corey. Around the time Cactus Jack was winding down his full-time career, CM Punk's career was just beginning. While Cactus did have a brief in-ring return as Mick Foley in 2006, it ended a few months before CM Punk's debut.
And in both of those cases, Father Time had a hand in determining who would be the better competitor. Tonight, we're getting both men in their prime, and I cannot wait to see the destruction that ensues.
Ooh, merciless looking blow.
Even though Cactus Jack and CM Punk have never faced off in the ring, Punk has had confrontations with Mick Foley in the past. In 2012, Punk brutally attacked Mick backstage.
And that attack almost led to a Survivor Series match where Punk and Foley would have served as team captains. But as they say so often, cards subject to change.
Well, I, for one, am glad. That match would have been a battle by proxy. This one is a hardcore war happening right in front of our eyes.
Cactus Jack can really brawl with the best of them, especially the more physical the match gets. In fact, that increased physicality only seems to fuel him even more in a fight.
Yeah, that's the sadistic nature of Cactus Jack in full effect. Cactus knows how to tap into something dangerous, something unpredictable, something that most superstars wouldn't even dare to go anywhere near. But as we all know, CM Punk is just built different. And when Punk has to, he can tap into something dangerous himself.
Back into the ring now.
A bionic elbow.
A Falls Count Anywhere match certainly lends itself to extreme activity. There are no rules that govern how you score said pinfall or submission. We both know Punk and Jack are certainly able to get extreme.
Both men have strong ties to the birthplace of extreme, ECW. CM Punk began his career in WWE as part of the ECW brand. Multiple ECW title reigns to his name. Cactus Jack put the company on the map during its infancy and became a multi-time tag team champion during ECW's heyday.
It's once again an ECW original versus some new blood. Let's see which side prevails this time. Bam! And Cactus Jack is taking command of this one.
This is Cactus Jack's violent MO, just continuing to wear down Punk with complete disregard for his well-being.
That gets reversed on CM Punk. Oh, what a knee lift. Fighting up on the entrance stage. So much aggression on display here. These two showing no regard for their well-being.
What an axe handle.
And battling out in a very unsafe and precarious area.
There's plenty of ways this could go wrong fighting up on the stage like this.
And things backstage are getting quickly out of hand.
Oh, they're done playing nice. They've got some serious aggression that needs to be worked out, and this just might be the best way to do it.
Another unprotected shot straight to his head.
Wards that off. What a response.
CM Punk now looking to finish the job here with a good night GTS. Oh, into the pin attempt.
Oh, kick out. Oh, my God. Ooh, and he stops that offense.
Man. Sharp jab. Series of strikes to the back. That's just a beatdown.
And it's Cactus Jack with the reversal. Ooh! What happens next is anyone's guess.
I can't wait to see.
Just fighting it out on the arena stage. A lot can go wrong up there.
Arm drag. Smart counter to that maneuver. Nice strong head scissors application. And now the elbows.
Man, that's just nasty.
Raining down elbows.
Precarious place to have a brawl. The entrance stage is not a forgiving surface to land on. Gets out of dodge. Punk looking to impose his will on his opponent. And a butterfly backbreaker. This stage is no place for a battle. Cords, pyrotechnics, all kinds of danger. Violent artistry, courtesy of Cactus Jack and CM Punk. That's what this bloodthirsty crowd clearly wanted. And now, that is exactly what they are getting. At both of these men's expenses, physically and mentally. Bang on the money.
From the apron.
The risk clearly was not worth the reward as they just came up empty-handed there.
Whoa! Good Lord! Taking flight.
The next level accuracy needed to hit that move cannot be understated.
And the body control, just amazing athleticism. Both of these men known for their expertise in match types like this. But CM Punk and Cactus Jack approach a falls count anywhere situation with differing skill sets. Wouldn't you say, Corey?
Absolutely, Cole. Punk's an amazing striker with great submission skills. With fewer rules to restrain him, I expect Punk to be even more brutal with his strikes and grappling. But Cactus Jack can take a beating and will never quit, especially in a match like this. So it all comes down to whether Jack can absorb all this damage and fight back, or if CM Punk will find the rarely seen breaking point for the Extreme Icon.
Things now not going well for CM Punk.
Yeah, the viciousness of Cactus Jack on full display.
Cactus Jack looking for the double-arm DDT.
Is it enough to overcome Punk?
And into the cover. He kicks out somehow.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
And you got to think that all the plans are out the window after that. Fighting back, however, punches in the midsection.
Nothing fancy here. Big breaker. Backbreaker. This could be it. It could end right here. once again thriving in the land of extreme.
Here is your winner, Cactus Jack!
Cactus Jack standing tall in the ECW arena. He and CM Punk just went to war.
One can only imagine how satisfied Cactus Jack must be with both the violence he just inflicted on Punk and the violence that Punk just inflicted on him. I imagine that for Cactus Jack, this win is just the icing on a particularly violent cake.
And for Punk, this loss is a disappointment he won't soon forget, if ever.
Oh man, that was wild. The results don't even matter when you're in the ring facing legends and matches you never thought possible. A win, a loss, come on. It's about the moment here, and what a moment that was. Now that I got my ECW experience taken care of, I have my sights set on a man that many consider my dream opponent. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Despite our glaring differences, there's a lot of similarities between us. Give us a microphone and watch us captivate the audience.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
We do not back down from anybody, always ready to fight. Talking trash on an Attitude Era Raw against a prime Rattlesnake simply wasn't in the cards for my career, but at least with slingshot technology, I can make this match happen. All the respect in the world to Steve and every single achievement in his career, but trust that I'm going to bring the fight to him in a no-holds-barred match the second the bell rings. Austin wants to brawl all over the place? He wants weapons? Sounds good to me. Hell, I'm all for it after that fight with Cactus Jack. I've even got a special place in mind. A special arena in Chicago where we can have this all take place. Are you going to back me up and try to take down Stone Cold? Or do you think Steve Austin has my number? No matter what you choose, I'm going to do my best to take the head off the snake.
Son, you're looking at the best there is.
The best in the world, CM Punk.
Ready to try his hand at clock. The Texas Rattlesnake is here, looking to hunt down CM Punk.
From Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Steve Austin looks ready for a fight.
And he looks even more ready to teach CM Punk a lesson.
CM Punk wanted this. He wanted his shot against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, you get what you ask for, Punk. A tall, cold can of whoop-ass is about to be opened up in that ring.
This is it. No holds barred between CM. He goes for the quick pin attempt. And Austin kicks out.
That's jumping the gun. It's just not time for a pin yet.
Over a decade ago, these two men sat together for a very intense confrontation. During that interview, CM Punk claimed he would have thrived during Steve Austin's era, just as he did today.
Punk also claimed that there were more sharks in the water during the Attitude Era than during Punk's Punk's heyday. Now, I take some umbrage to that since I was in the water during that era, but I get where Punk is coming from. Punk is a man who rises to the level of the competition. He's risen to it when facing the likes of John Cena and The Rock, and he can do so when facing another Mount Rushmore talent like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Rebellious, hard-headed, venomous. Just a few of the words you could use to describe both CM Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin. But which of them is the biggest, the baddest, the best? Tonight, Austin and Punk aim to find out in a no-holds-barred match. This no-holds-barred stipulation, who do you think it favors? CM Punk or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
My money would normally be on Austin, who excels at ruthlessly stomping mud holes in the competition. But CM Punk is a very creative individual. Leave it to Punk to dream up the most dastardly, ingenious ways to utilize this stipulation and put Stone Cold in a world of hurt. Grabbing the table here, and I'm sure it's not long for the world in this match.
Power slam. Something we've discussed before is that Punk represents the best of the modern era, and Austin the best of the Attitude Era. Both men have proven they can hang with the others' contemporaries.
You're right about that, Cole. Who can forget when Austin came out of retirement and defeated Kevin Owens in a main event battle at WrestleMania 38, which was also a no-holds-barred match, I might add.
That was definitely impressive, guys, but look at the list of competitors that Punk has stood toe-to-toe with in the ring. Kane, Triple H, The Rock, and The Undertaker. Some of them he beat, some of them he didn't, but what's undeniable is that Punk is not fazed whatsoever by the legend that accompanies the biggest names of the Attitude Era.
Oh, he timed that counter.
Kick, wow!
What a stunner by the rattlesnake.
Will that close Punk out?
Out Stone Cold with his trademark offense.
Austin is just stomping Punk down without any hesitation.
Relentlessly stomping away at his opponent. What a barrage of stops.
Cuts the attack off. Punk finding a way to slow his opponent's assault down.
Maybe Punk's found a new source of aggression to battle back with.
Hammer away with the right hand.
There's blood in the water now. He better be careful. Caving in the ribcage. Austin going big. Stop! Steve Austin may have put the exclamation on this one.
Differing in-ring styles from these two men. Punk is methodical with his strikes and submissions, while Austin prefers to brawl as soon as the bell rings. That seemingly favors the rattlesnake, doesn't it?
Look, nobody's going to bet against Austin in a no-holds-barred match. You think a man with an extensive MMA background like Punk doesn't know a few illegal moves that are normally grounds for disqualification? Well, tonight he's got them in his back pocket to snare an unsuspecting rattlesnake.
Look, the welt's already forming from that kendo shot. CM Punk is in a distressing spot.
Punk has no answer for Austin's pure aggression right here.
I expected this match to be hellacious, but Punk and Austin are truly outdoing themselves.
Yeah, this is a level of intensity we do not often get to see.
Austin. And just like that, avoiding surefire. Kick, wow!
Stunner from Stone Cold!
And at this point, that has Austin going big.
Stunner! Stone Cold with a stunner!
That could be Punk's demise.
Fights back against Stone Cold.
These two trading counters, an absolute masterclass.
Punk goes to the jaw with a running knee and followed by a bulldog headlock. Trying to get vertical, but he has no idea he's in the line of fire. Check out the springboard.
Incredible springboard right there.
And Austin fends him off. Caught the leg.
One response after another, back and forth we go. I think Austin is finally starting to realize this CM Punk kid can brawl.
Arm wringer, punch to the face.
Steve Austin has an opening.
Driven down face first.
This arena has come unglued. You can feel
Austin going big.
Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stunner!
Stone Cold comes out on top. CM Punk has been defeated.
Here is your winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin!
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Still the toughest, meanest SOB around. Even CM Punk couldn't get the better of him.
Just goes to show what a singular talent Austin is. CM Punk might be the best in the world. He might be tough as nails. But the Texas Rattlesnake is just a different kind of animal.
You got that right.
I have one last personal dream match that I'd like to make happen. And since I'm the one controlling the fancy fantasy time travel computer today, it's exactly what we're gonna do. He dominated the cruiserweight scene in WCW, then joined WWE, where he captured European, Intercontinental, and Tag Team Championships in short order. Eddie Guerrero was pure magic in the ring. And while I was still on the indie circuit, I watched Eddie return to WWE using his Latino heat to do the unthinkable. Capture the WWE Championship.
Eddie to the top rope. Frog splash! Frog splash!
Lying, cheating, and stealing his way to the top was the only way Eddie knew how to get things done, and the fans loved him for it. I always hoped that when the day came that I signed with WWE, I'd have the opportunity to perform with Eddie once again. But for now, we'll let Slingshot Tech make the impossible possible. Just like my matches against Cactus Jack and Stone Cold, who you choose is on you. No matter who you choose and no matter what happens in the ring, we're still cool. And Eddie Guerrero will forever be loved and missed. Viva la raza, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a match many thought we would never see. Eddie Guerrero versus CM Punk.
Just listen to this ovation for the Second City Saint.
CM Punk just soaking it in, feeding off his hometown crowd.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
This is what Eddie knew he was walking into tonight. The loudest, most passionate ovation you may hear all year.
Yeah, Cole, but Eddie also knows you don't wrestle a crowd. Punk may be feeling invincible right now, but once that bell rings, it's just him and Eddie.
And when you face Eddie Guerrero, things get very real very fast.
This is an emotional matchup for CM Punk, and you better believe Eddie knows that already. These two briefly crossed paths before Punk joined WWE.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of respect between the two of them right now, but once the bell rings, I expect that to all go out the window.
Latino
Paso, Texas, weighing in at 228 pounds, Eddie Guerrero.
Just look at that smirk on Eddie's face. He's eating this up, not being intimidated by all the noise, not being intimidated by Punk.
Eddie can match Punk with his technical ability, he can match him with his mental game, and he can match him on pure fighting spirit. And once upon a time, when they met in the ring before WWE, Eddie had the experience. You have to wonder if Eddie can exploit that and make Punk once again feel like a rookie.
You have to think that Eddie would love nothing more than to take the win from Punk here in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, Cole, but whenever CM Punk is in Chicago, he fights like a man absolutely possessed.
Two of the biggest personalities in WWE colliding here tonight in Chicago. This might be the biggest match of the year.
You can tell there's a lot of respect between Punk and Eddie. Punk idolized Eddie as a teenager, and then the two crossed paths before Punk joined WWE. But even with that mutual respect, I expect the rules to be tested tonight.
Oh, we know Eddie will do that, and Punk has shown he'll adapt when necessary. But at the end of the night in Chicago, only one of them will stand tall.
You know, so often when we have these dream matches, there's some sort of stipulation involved. But for Eddie and Punk, tonight's a pure wrestling match. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes, both men are known to lie, cheat, and steal, but there's an art form to doing so within the limits of the rulebook. Plus, even though both men have lived in the
flying missile drop kick. I don't know if Punk can withstand much more of this.
Right now, it looks like CM Punk is wilting to the intensity of Latino heat. From the heavens!
Hurricanrana!
unbelievable athleticism.
And
he left himself wide open. Big mistake.
This is going to be a slow, methodical match as much as it'll be a psychological one. Right now, I really can't tell who's got the advantage.
Punk and Eddie are so technically matched, I really think this one's going to come down to opportunities. Not only who can create them, but ultimately who can... Sky high! Whoa, look out! From ring post to ringside, risking it all paid off.
Headed back into the ring.
Oh, no, that's more than incidental contact. Big clothesline. I know CM Punk, and the man was always confident.
Punk did it here in Chicago.
Two of the biggest personalities in WWE colliding here tonight in Chicago. This might be the biggest match of the year.
You can tell there's a lot of respect between Punk and Eddie. Punk idolized Eddie as a teenager, and then the two crossed paths before Punk joined WWE.
From the heavens, big time splash.
And a well-timed counter. You know, so often when we have these dream matches, there's some sort of stipulation involved. But for Eddie and Punk, tonight's a pure wrestling match. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes, both men are known to lie, cheat, and steal, but there's an art form to doing so within the limits of the rulebook. Plus, even though both men have lived in the land of extreme, I have a feeling both men will fight with honor tonight.
Planning something big here.
From above!
From the top,
missile drop kick. Latino Heat doing some damage.
Right now, it's looking like Punk is struggling to...
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash.
Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up.
Wants to finish this. From the sky.
A helter-skelter attitude here, getting to the bottom and going back to the top again and again.
From above!
Taking flight!
Missile drop kick! Just amazing athleticism being shown here.
Stalking from above.
From the top.
Oh, and a diving Hurricane Rana.
You've got to be kidding me. Using your body as a missile over and over again.
Twisting the arm. Oh, that's got to hurt. Climbing up to the top rope. Arm drag.
CM Punk has an in-ring IQ that's second to none. But I wonder if even he can plan for a man who immortalized the phrase lie, cheat, and steal.
Corey, let's not discount that Punk has shown he can be underhanded as well. But something we know about Eddie is that he knows when to dig even deeper into his bag of tricks when facing a more seasoned opponent. I think we'll see some antics from Eddie tonight that even Punk has never seen.
As we've seen so often, it's hard to find answers against Eddie, and Punk now knows that too.
Smartly dipping out of harm's way.
I know CM Punk, and the man was always confident that he'd reach the mountaintop in WWE. But starting his career, guys his size weren't considered main event talent.
Seeing a guy like Eddie Guerrero, who once competed as a cruiserweight, take on and topple giants of this industry and win top titles in the biggest main events, well, that had to inspire Punk.
It definitely does, Wade, but don't think for a second that the respect Punk has for Eddie breaking those barriers will keep the best in the world from giving everything he has to defeat Latino Heat.
Eddie with the reversal. Running Hurricane Rana.
Punk now locks in that double underhook, hoisted up, and backbreaker.
Misses the target.
Taking heavy fire in the corner in the form of a series of clotheslines. And driven down in a... It could be all over here.
Shoulder shoots up before two.
Clearly still very much in this fight. He's able to dodge that one in time.
Running Hurricane Rana. Bad position for Punk.
Fisherman suplex.
Eddie ascending to the top.
From the heavens. Big body splash from the top.
Right on the arm. Jarring impact.
And Punk has got to feel like he did back when he was a rookie. He still doesn't know how to handle Latino Heat.
CM Punk is in a distressing spot.
Right now, it looks like CM Punk is wilting to the intensity of Latino Heat.
Momentum going back to Punk's corner.
Punk could be turning his fortunes around.
Lifted way high to the heavens. Sit out crucifix powerbomb.
His body has been the main focus of a lot of offense tonight.
Yeah, I think he's going to be feeling the effects of this match for a few weeks, Wade.
Destructive arm breaker.
The arm absorbing the damage. And Latino Heat is really dialed in right now.
It is all Guerrero right now.
Stiff kick.
Eddie Guerrero.
And now he's going to the top rope.
From the top.
Oh, what a counter. Knees.
That'll buy you some valuable time.
Oh, that gets reversed on CM Punk. Snap suplex. Momentum is running away from Punk.
Punk trying to withstand this surge.
Taking out the arm, great strategy. Two men giving everything they have, their legacies, their pride, all on the line tonight.
Yeah, and neither Eddie or Punk look like they're willing to concede victory yet.
What a drop kick.
Eddie Guerrero with a well-timed shot. Delivers the knee. Sharp knee. Eddie Guerrero firing up on the assault.
Guerrero's bouncing the opposition around like a lowrider.
Eddie's got Punk seeing more stars than on the Chicago flag after that. On the top! Guerrero has this in hand now. You cannot kill CM Punk. Somehow, somewhere.
Here we go. He thinks this is it.
Forces the shoulder up after two.
Almost inhuman at this point. Take over with a snapmare.
Oh, man, a face scrape with his boot. Things now not good.
On the top!
Frog splash does it.
Will that close Punk out?
Eddie Guerrero upsetting Punk in his hometown.
Here is your winner, Eddie Guerrero.
You can hear how split the arena here in Chicago is right now. Disappointment, their hometown hero lost, and respect for Eddie doing what he does best.
Yeah, and it wasn't for lack of trying. Punk threw everything he had at Guerrero.
Slingshot tech creating matches I only thought could happen in my wildest dreams is pretty awesome. But I see another application that, to this point, has not been attempted. I want to see Slingshot tech show me what could have been, too. One of the questions I get more than anything else is some variant of, what do you think would have happened if you stayed with WWE in 2014? Now we have a perfectly viable tool to at least attempt an answer. Hopefully, Slingshot Tech is up to the task. While I may not know too much about what the future could have held, I do know that Triple H himself, after having sent his corporate goons after me following the Royal Rumble that year, was sizing me up for a matchup at WrestleMania 30. And I do know that if that match actually happened, I would have absolutely humiliated him in front of the world. Now, there's no question in my mind I'd have run right through him. I'd waited years for this chance. After all his tricks during the summer of 2011, bringing in his friends to attack me, using his corporate position to constantly stack the deck against me.
I'm not picking a fight. I'm just saying be careful who you push. Because you know I like to push back.
I was ready to bring it all back to him tenfold. I'd have buried him. But let's see if you can breathe life into my words. WrestleMania 30, CM Punk takes on Triple H. Time to play the game? Well, Hunter, I hope you realize that CM Punk doesn't play.
The COO, the next World Heavyweight Champion, the Cerebral Assassin, the most powerful man in WWE, Triple H, is here.
From Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 255 pounds, the
wanted the game, and CM Punk's got the game. Let this be a lesson. Be careful what you wish for. Triple H is a 13-time world champion. He lives in the spotlight, and CM Punk may be Icarus flying too close to the sun with this challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on paper, this should be a mismatch. Look at the names that Triple H has competed against at WrestleMania. The Rock and The Undertaker, Batista and Cena and Brock.
Oh, so are you saying that CM Punk has no chance against Triple H tonight? Because Punk's got a nice list of WrestleMania opponents himself.
Absolutely not. Like I said, on paper, it looks like a mismatch, but you can't judge heart and guts. Love him or hate him, CM Punk has heart and guts in spades. It's brought him this far, and you can bet he plans to have it to propel him straight to the main event of WrestleMania tonight.
Well, in this business, plans change, especially when they're up against those plans that are so expertly crafted by a mastermind the likes of the cerebral assassin, Triple H.
This is thunderous!
CM Punk may be the voice of the voiceless, but the WWE Universe is making absolutely sure their voice...
A lot at stake in this match. Whoever wins here will be added to tonight's main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Facing off against the champion, Randy Orton, and the Royal Rumble winner, Batista. No DQs, no countouts. A lot of bad blood between these two superstars.
Yeah, Triple H has promised that CM Punk will never main event WrestleMania, and that he's simply not what's best for business. Punk's looking to prove Triple H wrong tonight.
Punk's looking to embarrass Triple H tonight as well. And Triple H, he's looking to get rid of the CM Punk problem once and for all. Punk wasting no motion on the counter.
There's a lot to say about these men's thoughts about our business. Who is right or wrong could be a matter of opinion, but I'll admit, most of the WWE Universe certainly sides with CM Punk.
It's because they can relate to him, Wade. Look at Triple H's head. A guy that looks like CM Punk doesn't belong in the ring with someone that looks like the King of Kings.
But look at CM Punk's career. The accolades have shown Triple H to be wrong. CM Punk is WrestleMania main event caliber, and literally the only thing stick... Watch out!
High risk does not pay off.
Had Triple H well scouted. And guys, we spent a lot of time around these two men. They're ingrained in the locker room. They are two men other superstars seek advice from, but they are not two men that should ever be seen in the same room together.
Yeah, get yourself caught in a room.
Launching.
Whoa, cross body! And CM Punk's maintaining the advantage now.
With this off.
Setting up.
The Koji clutch is locked in.
Submission locked in. Trying to break the hold and is able to do a critical escape there. Man, what timing on that counter.
Stop. And taking it to the game. Punk doing something a lot of people in that locker room want to do.
Boom! Good defense from him. Counter by CM Punk.
The seeds of this battle go back to CM Punk's frustrations with the company. Seeing head figures not listen to the people, not give the best in the world his due.
Yeah, and Punk wasn't going to take it anymore. The brass never wanted a guy like CM Punk to succeed, never wanted to acknowledge his cult of personality. And now Punk is forcing the COO to take notice on our industry's biggest night of the year. This could be it. The pin. Oh, somehow.
That may have been an easy kick out, but they'll surely get harder as this match continues.
And the confidence in Punk is growing. He can feel Triple H fading. Great rotation on the belly-to-back suplex.
Punk avoids the attack.
Nice right hand.
While we can enjoy a technical match as the Indian deathlock is applied.
This one could be over.
Able to slip out of that situation. This is a bleak-looking situation. It might be over here soon. Just an absolutely stiff blow to the head there. Oh, yeah, from the top.
Elbow drop from the top rope.
And with that, Punk just showed Triple H exactly whose era it is now.
Oh, with the suplex.
Vicious use of the knee. A weakening arm breaker. Triple H facing a beatdown.
Yeah, Punk clearly hell-bent on putting the game out of commission.
Landing the uppercut.
Nice strong head scissors application. And now the elbows. Vicious. Sent into the ropes and a sharp elbow to the back.
Cracked with a Mongolian chop.
Not targeted the arm. Momentum is really on Punk's side.
Triple H needs to dig deep like he's done so often before.
Oh, God, that hurt. Might be going high risk here.
From the top rope.
CM Punk with the elbow.
Ooh, just bouncing off the turnbuckle. Turns that back on CM Punk. Rings, he might have him here.
Is this it?
He's able to beat a 2 count.
This is where great cardio. Sliding into the cover, looking to end this.
Using the ropes for leverage, that's not right. Kicking out before the count.
His opponent has to be absolutely frustrated right now.
Uh-oh. Dragon screw. CM Punk headed to the top rope.
Perched up top.
Diving knee drop.
Focused on weakening that arm. And somehow Punk and Triple H still have enough left in the tank to keep this fight going.
They're two of the most stubborn men in the locker room. We're witnessing that firsthand right now. Hooked up.
Some serious damage to the arm being inflicted here. The game getting picked apart here.
Punk is determined right now. Snapped with a devastating maneuver.
Time to go for a ride.
Bang! What a move. Climbing to the top. What's he thinking?
Punk about to take flight. Bullseye with the elbow.
Punk pounding away. Now he's going to go up to the top rope. What on earth does CM Punk got planned here?
Punk looking to go for broke. Underhooks both arms. Here we go from the very top turnbuckle.
The plunge connects. Triple H went down in a heap. Quick cover for the win.
There's 2. Punk did it. Punk's going to the main event of WrestleMania.
Here is your winner, CM Punk!
And with this win, CM Punk has punched his ticket to the main event of WrestleMania. Later tonight, vying for the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton and Batista.
Punk can celebrate now, but the worst is yet to come. Main eventing isn't the goal. Winning the main event is.
The best thing about defeating Triple H at WrestleMania 30 is the spot it granted me in its main event later that night, a full 11 years before I'd actually see that dream fulfilled. The worst part? I'd be entering battle at less than 100% against Randy Orton and Batista. Great. Batista had won the 2014 Royal Rumble, locking him into a match with WWE World Heavyweight Champion and my old pal, the Viper himself, Randy Orton. But my match with Triple H came with that added stipulation where the winner would join the match and make it a triple threat. This time, though, I'm going to let you choose who you want to control. Would Randy Orton have walked out of his matchup still on top? Would Batista unleash the animal within for another dominant victory? Or would that kid from Chicago shock the world and win 2 matches at WrestleMania against 3 of WWE's most dominant and imposing figures? I don't know for sure what will happen, but I do know what I'd like to see. Well, what is it that you want to see when CM Punk takes on Randy Orton and Batista in the main event of WrestleMania 30?
The following contest is a triple threat match.
The Apex Predator, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Orton.
Introducing the champion from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds. He is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Orton has been at the absolute top of his game lately, but even that might not be enough in a triple threat match against Batista and CM Punk.
But a wounded CM Punk, who has already competed tonight. Still, that's a lot of variables on the grandest stage of them all for a champion trying to keep a hold of his title.
I'm sure Orton has no intention of losing tonight. A menacing look on the face of the Viper, Randy Orton. The winner of the 2014 Royal Rumble, Batista.
And introducing the challenger from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 290 pounds, the Animal, Batista.
Batista fought hard to earn this opportunity to get his shot.
This isn't what Batista or Orton wanted. They were hoping this title match would be an Evolution reunion. Instead, CM Punk is playing spoiler in this triple threat.
And that's exactly why this WrestleMania crowd is on the edge of their seats. We expect the unexpected, but no one thought CM Punk would make it all the way here tonight.
Now Punk just has to finish the job. But Orton and Batista stand in his way with championship ambitions of their own.
What a barrage of stops.
No countouts, no disqualifications, triple threat rules. CM Punk in his first WrestleMania main event. A dream come true.
CM Punk has totally defied the odds as far as his accomplishments here in WWE. If he can beat all of Evolution in one night, it'll add extra credence to being called the best in the world.
Reversal! And that turns things around. Oh, that was a stiff shot with a kendo stick. CM Punk finds himself in a very tough spot here between Randy Orton and Batista. How can Punk Punk keep his title dreams alive in this one.
Caution's the name of the game for Punk. He already wrestled one match tonight, so he's the soft target. He has to duck and dodge and only go on the offensive when it's as safe as possible.
And Orton now chaining some offense together.
And Orton's turned the match in his favor.
And after what CM Punk had to fight through earlier tonight, he can't possibly be in the best shape for this triple threat. Orton and Batista were fully aware of that fact.
Absolutely. Trust me, they watched Punk's match earlier. They know everything that is hurting on CM Punk right now. There is blood in the water.
You're talking about the heart of the Second City Saint, though. The chance to become the champion outweighs any lingering pain. And driven down in a belly-to-back suplex.
Oh, taking advantage with a clubbing blow. Delivers the suplex.
And you can tell Punk is still feeling the effects of his match against Triple H. Knee smash. Randy Orton may be one of the most malicious, one of the most vicious superstars we've ever seen in WWE. There's no absence of malice at all from this man.
All facts that CM Punk knows all too well. Years ago, Orton ended Punk's first World Championship reign in unceremonious fashion. He's beaten Punk on big stages before. Randy should have all the confidence in the world when it comes to making CM Punk his prey.
He's called the Apex Predator for a reason.
Again, Punk is headed out of the ring.
Time to go for a ride.
Going outside. What's he got planned here? And the champion doesn't want to be on the receiving end of that again.
He's making his intentions known to everyone in the arena. Jeez, that's going to leave a mark. What? This is turning into Swanson Street. Repeated hits like that are going to add up very quick. Plenty of damage being dealt here.
Dropping the leg. And I've been saying this in the lead up to WrestleMania. The Viper has been lying in wait, and it will be a big mistake to underestimate the champion.
That's a good point, Wade. It's funny. Over the past couple of weeks with the stuff going on with Triple H and CM Punk and Batista getting his step in his face, Randy Orton in many ways has almost become an afterthought.
It's hard to believe the WWE World Heavyweight Champion is an afterthought. But you guys are right.
CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's not done there. He's locked in the Anaconda Vice grip.
Fighting the hold might only cost him more here.
Every second causing pain, sapping his energy.
A couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it. Caught an elbow to the gut for that effort. And the big question coming into tonight was only going to see the end of the world. Well, Batista looked like a dominating force.
You don't win the Royal Rumble by accident, Cole. Batista said he came back for one thing, to become champion. He doesn't care what anybody thinks about him. He doesn't want to be cheered. He doesn't care. It's all about the title.
The animal is certainly still in Big Dave, and he's still upset with this not being a one-on-one contest, but he will take every advantage of the triple threat rules.
Things now not going well for CM Punk.
Punk needs to reformulate a strategy.
Oh, man. Did you hear a snap of the kendo stick?
And Orton just with nowhere to turn on that exchange.
Randy with a counter.
CM Punk knows what's at stake. Will the champ make that pay off?
Here he comes, sliding back into the ring.
Being set up in the corner for something.
Orton out for him.
And what he's looking for here looks like a potential submission maneuver coming.
Crippling hold, weakening the back here.
Breaking the hold. Oh, foot just stomping down.
Connecting with a punch. And maybe it's just too big of a hill for CM Punk to... A maneuver that the champion has put so many of.
title after duking it out with both Batista and CM Punk.
But when all is said and done, the Apex Predator is still on top. Randy Orton is just too deadly to be stopped.
Closing out WrestleMania 30 by appearing in my first ever WrestleMania main event? It's a hell of a start to this alternative timeline. In a world as absolutely chaotic as WWE, calling future shots is nearly impossible. You could win Money in the Bank, you call your shot for a match down the line, and then get taken out by injury. Your best friend might turn on you right as you're about to claim tag team gold. The best laid plans, at least in WWE, often go astray. But in 2015, something swept through WWE that I know would have piqued my interest. After capturing the United States Championship from Rusev at WrestleMania 31, John Cena would hold the U.S. Open Challenge each week on Raw. Names like Sami Zayn, Big E, Rusev, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins all answered the call and gave it their best shot. With the history shared between myself and John, you're nuts if you think I wouldn't have accepted that challenge. I'd have waited a couple months, maybe with a slight hope that Cena would start to feel the fatigue that comes with weekly title defenses. But once summer hit, that's when I'd start getting ready. Like, say, July 27th, 2015, when the music for John Cena's opponent hits. What if that night? What if CM Punk walked through that curtain? Would I take another championship from a shell-shocked Cena? Or would my name join the rest of those who failed to take him down? It's up to you, really. Can John Cena turn back another challenge? Or will CM Punk be crowned the new United States champion? Create the moment that you want to last forever.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States.
Week after week, John Cena has stood in that ring and defended his U.S. title against anyone brave enough to answer him.
From cocky young upstarts.
You gotta be kidding me! CM Punk answering Cena's open challenge.
The roof has come off of this building. Cena looks like he's seen a ghost.
CM Punk is coming for the United States title.
CM Punk.
Introducing the challenger from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk. And his opponent from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 251 pounds, the WWE United States Champion, John Cena!
Cena defending the title against anyone, anytime, and tonight it's CM Punk's time.
Week after week, Cena's US Open Challenge has been can't miss TV. But tonight is the biggest defense yet. CM Punk attempting to win his very first US title. It's really the only major title he's never held.
Well, with that in mind, it really does feel like there's even more on the line here than just the US title. The anti-authority versus the face of WWE. This is a clash of epic proportions.
Yeah, and I think Punk's trying to send a message to everyone here tonight. If he doesn't get what he deserves, he'll simply take it.
Short on clothesline by Punk. The John Cena US Open Challenge has already given so many opportunities to up-and-coming talent in WWE. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, even Bad News Bear. Nice takedown. Stack them up. Shoulders down. Championship.
What is he thinking right now? Hopefully he does not regret it.
Hooked up. DDT.
Look, I don't think you can try to humiliate the champion like that and get away with it. Cena has to be feeling pretty confident with the champion's advantage on his side here.
Yeah, but you better believe that's only going to add fuel to the fire for Punk. This isn't just about what the U.S. title would mean to him. This is about dismantling Cena and proving once again that he's a better competitor than the franchise. You cannot understate how much of a mental advantage Punk has in this one. The best in the world has known for a long time he was going to answer John Cena's call tonight. But Cena, he just found out a few minutes ago.
Punk having the mental advantage is always troublesome to an opponent, but I speak from experience when I say that no matter how much the deck is stacked against John Cena, he will find a way to overcome the odds. He's called Big Match John for a reason.
Oh, look at this. Out to the apron.
Oh, my goodness.
Are you kidding me? Nasty.
The hardest part of the ring.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
Punk's technical
From the top. Through the air. And connects.
What a crushing impact on the outside. Kids, do not try that at home.
And he gets delivered back into the ring. Guys, I've been doing this for almost 2 decades, and I've never seen a fighting champion quite like John Cena right now.
But you're right, Cole.
Here we go. Oh, my.
CM Punk hoists his opponent.
The Golden Sleep GTS from Punk.
We might see a new champion crown.
Into the cover. Oh, the champ avoids a 3 count.
Champions never give up easily. Case in point right there.
And Punk might have just swept.
CM Punk, elbow drop connects.
Punk hit him hard. Cena might be in trouble right now.
Oh, to the arm. Terrible. And Cena is taking on a lot of offense now.
Yeah, you can just tell that Punk's outthinking Cena right now.
And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back down with a GTS.
The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
2.
The new U.S. champion, CM Punk.
Here is your winner, and the new United States Champion, CM Punk.
Gentlemen, I think this is the start of a whole new chapter for CM Punk. He is the new United States Champion.
Punk just outsmarted, outlasted, and outperformed Cena tonight.
Adding another classic encounter with John Cena is always the right call, and answering that U.S. Open Challenge is something I know I would have done if I was around for it. I also know exactly what my plan would have been at the start of 2016. Now, as you may recall, it was at the Royal Rumble that year where AJ Styles finally made his WWE debut.
The phenomenal one is here! AJ Styles!
It's one of those moments where it felt like time stood still. Everyone trying to come to grips with the fact that, yes, AJ Styles is now in WWE. His arrival opened the door for a litany of dream matches. And in that time, he's made many of them happen, battling top names brave enough to step up to him. And you better believe that if I was here, I would have walked to the ring that very first Raw after the Royal Rumble, and I would have set down the challenge. CM Punk, AJ Styles, WrestleMania 32. AJ and I have traveled many of the same roads in our respective careers, but unfortunately, they never led us to having a proper one-on-one matchup in WWE. I respect AJ. He's another wrestler that made his name his way.
Since 1998, this man has competed all over the world. I earned the right to be here in the WWE.
Getting the chance to be his first WrestleMania opponent, it's too good to pass up. As usual, it's up to you. Do you want to prove to be the best, or is being phenomenal more to your speed? They don't want none? Oh, believe me, I want it all.
CM Punk, the best in the world, ready to prove that he truly is the best.
And it may have taken years for AJ Styles to make it to WWE, but he is here now, competing on the biggest stage possible.
The biggest stage possible with the biggest bragging rights on the line. Who really is the best in the world?
From Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles.
Styles soaking it all in, the magnitude of this moment, of this match.
AJ Styles finally where he's always belonged, on the grandest stage at this showcase of the Immortals. Gentlemen, prepare yourselves. We're about to witness a classic for the ages, courtesy of the phenomenal AJ Styles and the best in the world, CM Punk. These two have come so far, but they have always been destined to meet here.
And the time has come to finally answer the question of just who really is the best in the world. The phenomenal AJ Styles, the Second City Saint CM Punk, face-to-face in a WWE ring on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania.
Styles and Punk have traveled up and down the same roads, wrestled in the same high school gyms and armories, competed internationally, and honed their crafts to the point where they can both be called the best. But tonight, all roads have led them to this one, where only one of these men can be called the winner.
Escape just in time.
Well, CM Punk and AJ Styles are known to attract followers, whether it's a club or a society. Each man frequently has backup at their beck and call.
Well, I will thank you for not bringing up the new Nexus, Michael Cole, but I will tell you this much. I firmly believe this match will be a one-on-one affair. When it's a match of this caliber on a stage as big as WrestleMania, you don't want to leave any doubt. Got their opponent hot, but powering out right on the point of the elbow.
This is a situation you want to avoid.
Targeting the trachea.
Moonsault. Now shoulders down.
Here we go.
And so this thing is still going. The battle continues.
Big night for AJ Styles making his WrestleMania debut. Punk has been here quite a few times. We've seen Punk fight fair at WrestleMania, but just as often we'll see him cut corners.
Perched up top. You gotta be kidding me.
However much you think that hurt, I promise you it was way worse.
Flying. And completely missed the mark.
A little bit of instant regret being felt here, I'm sure. Leaping to your own doom like that.
Big time height on that kick. CM Punk has long considered himself an outcast. Most folks would have pegged him as a long shot to succeed in WWE. And once he arrived, he was never expected to be the main event competitor he is today.
You could say much the same about AJ Styles, Corey. Remember, the first time the world got to see AJ Styles, he was best
on the top. You gotta be kidding me! Putting it all on the line and coming up big with a breathtaking move.
Now Styles looking for some momentum.
Good chance for Styles to regain his composure.
AJ on the receiving end. Wow, what an arm drag.
CM Punk and AJ Styles are both absolute geniuses when it comes to in-ring IQ. Both have great striking and submission skills as well. But the outlying categories will be what defines this match.
I'm with you 100% on that, Corey. AJ Styles has the edge when it comes to area.
Perched up top.
Diving knee drop. Face first. Setting up on the Koji clutch locked in. This is a bad spot. He's up. Looking to get out of this, and yes, able to slip out of the hold. Ooh, and he manages to reverse. Ooh, into the turnbuckle. Down to the mat. Face first. Setting up on the Koji clutch lock. Wait, hold on, look at this. And he's found a way out of the hold. AJ Styles rolls through into the calf crusher. He's able to reach the ropes and force the release.
Styles has his sights set on Punk, clearly thinking about a
Punk wasting no motion on the counter.
Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here. GTX connects.
Now CM Punk needs to end this.
2. And Punk gets the big win over Styles.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
You can't deny that both Punk and Styles gave their all in this match. Truly, we just witnessed a match for the ages.
And while AJ was just as phenomenal as he claims to be, CM Punk put his foot down and made perfectly clear to both AJ and the entire WWE Universe that he truly is the best in the world.